The following is a presentation of W.O.N Sports, America's home of champions.
Live from Bowl-O-Rama in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. All season long, we will be raising money for bowlers and their families in the fight against the costs of this terrible disease. To donate or take part, go to candlepins4cancer.com as you see it on your screen. Today, we're pleased to welcome the stars of our semifinal stepladder matchup. Our previous winner and number 3 seed, Corey Packard, and our number 2 seed, with a roll-off score of 605, Nick Norcross. And now your hosts, Paul Grant and Mike Morin.
Thanks, Greg Gouillart. Thanks for watching on Candlepin Bowling Network. Please share this match with your friends and family. Subscribe free on YouTube. Doesn't cost you a dime. Candlepin Bowling Network free on YouTube. And welcome those in the W.O.N Sports Network across this great nation. Corey Packard, the number 3 seed, won last match against Ryan Southall. You were clinic over 400, a 434, a 145, a 135, and a paltry 154.
Things went well for me. I'm very fortunate on that. Ryan was on, had some tough breaks, missed a few. That's all it takes.
Now you're bowling teammates, the 2022 World Championship for Academy Lanes. You've won it twice together. Now you're against each other, side by side.
It's going to be a good match. He's a great bowler, great friend. It's going to be fun no matter what.
That's got to be your best accomplishment in the World Tournament, isn't it? Or is there other thing you want to be proud of?
It's amazing. It really is. It's really just great. That's all I can say.
You're a duck pin bowler also. How does that transfer to Candlepin bowling?
It's a little bit easier because the balls are smaller to hold. I grew up with this. This is my love. So.
You're from Sutton, Massachusetts, a little quaint town. Tell us what the attractions are in Sutton, Mass. Beside Corey Packard.
It's large in area, but it's an old farm town. It's just picturesque. It's really nice there.
All right, good luck today. Mike Moore with world champion Nick Norcross.
From one world champion.
2-time world champion Nick Norcross.
2 times, that's right. Yeah, for a guy as young as you are, you have a lot of accomplishments. But I'm kind of interested in other things about Nick Norcross. For one thing, I have to say that I love the photos that you post on Candlepin Chat. Where the heck do you find some of those old shots?
So it was probably, I want to say it was middle school. Woburn Bowl had a lot of old stuff from, when they opened in the 40s and 50s. And then I got copies of that stuff, and then I kind of started exploring to see what else was out there from other towns and different places. And then I just started saving stuff and finding more things, and then when COVID hit and there was nothing to do, Brian Basilinski and I, we both run the page, so why don't we start putting the stuff out now? So it's been very successful, and there's still a lot more to go.
So you're kind of an old soul, aren't you?
Yes, I was born in the wrong era, wrong generation.
But you're just old enough to have done some TV shows, which almost all the other bowlers have not, other than Phil Clough.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. I got to be on the last year on Comcast. It was the kids show, but I got to do that. But I've just been really lucky and fortunate to bowl with and against bowlers from, the Channel 5 era and a little bit further back. So been lucky.
And here's what else I like about your Facebook page: lots of food pictures.
Lots of food. That's all Cheech. He tags me in all those.
Okay. Right.
So all good stuff.
I'm looking at you because you're not eating all the waffle pizzas he's putting up there.
No, it's a lot of Dunkin' Donuts in the mornings.
Nick, good to see you. Congratulations on being here. And now you get to play your buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a rematch from last year in the first ladder, so it'll be fun.
Good. Thank you, Nick.
All right, before we start, I want to bring in Bob Allard. Bob works here on his day off. Great job here at Bowl-O-Rama Portsmouth, Bob. A great bowler over the years. Military veteran also.
Yeah.
Enjoying your day off?
Yes. I wouldn't have it any other way. There's some good people here watching some good bowling. It's going to be a good match coming up here. Come on down. If you're in the viewing audience and you're close, come on down and say hi to everybody, and we'll be glad to have you.
I just want to thank you for your contribution to Candlepins for Cancer. You collect bottles and cans for donation to Candlepins for Cancer. You have the lemon drop pool, the 4 6-pin for donations.
That too, yeah. I got a lot going on, so it's all to a good cause. So.
All right. Thanks for your helping out today.
No problem.
Bob Allard. Okay, Mike Warren, ready to go.
Let's do it.
Back to Greg Gouillart.
Thanks so much, Paul and Mike, and hello to everyone once again watching on Candlepin Bowling Network and on the W.O.N Media Network. If you've never seen Candlepin bowling before, it's just like big ball bowling, except you get 3 small balls instead of 2 big ones, and all the pins on the plate stay on the plate, and as long as you don't throw a gutter ball, it can be used as live wood. Remember, it's tougher than it looks.
Thank you, Greg Gouillart. Let's bring in Mike Morin again. Mike, good to be back with you again. Privilege and honor to be with you again.
Well, thank you for having me back. This is the match I've been looking forward to. 2 guys that were world champions when the Worlds came to Academy Lanes just a few months ago, and here they are up against one another today. Good people, good friends, good bowling.
This is a match you definitely want to share with your friends and family. It's on Candlepin Bowling Network again on YouTube. Free to subscribe as well. Like, share, follow. Get notified when we go live. And wow, what a shot! A spare! How about that? Great way to start this match. 3 versus 2. Number 3 seed Corey Packard, 434 last time out against Ryan Southall, the number 4 seed, who earlier defeated Phil Clough. Ryan was tremendous at 384 first match.
Well, we're off to a great start when you get a trick shot like that made in the first box.
These are the matches you look forward to. You lose sleep over. You can't get. You're so pumped up to cover these matches. 2 terrific guys on and off the lanes have contributed so much to this great game of Candlepin bowling. Packard on the bonus. Parallel pins to the right. I call it parallel time, like Dark Shadows. 7 pin on the left. 15 through 1. First of 3 strings. Total pinfall. Moves on to face the number 1 seed, 22-year-old, the Terminator, Charlie Collins. $2,000 on the line for the winner. Packard, good bid. 6 right, 7 left. Wait for the wood to settle down by rule.
How do you shoot this one? Waiting, hoping well, maybe it's good that it's up close like that. He can get some spinning going on after that last shot that he made. The split spare.
He went red line to Harvard and gets 9, 24 through 2.
Of all the things you say, that one always cracks me up, the red line.
I don't practice these. They just come out natural.
Sure you want to admit that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Our first look this afternoon at lefty Nick Norcross, who, in addition to the fact that he is a kind of a historian of bowling, he's also a model train collector.
Yes, the train collector, I call him. And nice start there. He gets the strike. My Michael Jackson voice there.
Well, the trains are running on time for Nick Norcross right off
I did
the bat,
I did 2 10-stringers yesterday in the Friday Night Pro League. 25 strings, less than 24 hours, so voice a little raspy.
What happens if you get laryngitis?
People will be happy.
There's the line of the day, folks.
3 in that first ball. Norcross, half Worcester they call it on the right. Greg Gouillart explains the half Worcester. As he said, 15 also through 1. Greg will explain the half Worcester Candlepin shot after this box. For those in W.O.N Sports Network, tough 5. Strike 5, spare 5. I hate when that happens. It's like 2 10s, 20 through 2. Greg.
Only the most ubiquitous leave in Candlepin bowling. Once there was a match between a Boston team and a Worcester team many decades ago, and one time the Worcester bowler on the 10th box punched out those dreaded 2 pins, the 2-8 or the 3-9, and one of the Boston bowlers jeered, "You're halfway back to Worcester," and so the name stuck.
One time it happened to Sticks. I come up with the nickname while you're saying the nickname.
Wouldn't you like to just record that, Greg, and every time he calls you, just play it?
The smooth sounds of Greg Gouillart on Candlepin Bowling Network and W.O.N Sports. Packard, 3-1 split. Wow, he got it, spare!
So that is 2 out of 3 spare shots that you might call trick shots. Almost.
And Meatloaf will get a good kick out of that one. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
He would, but he's no longer with us. He will not be down for breakfast. Sorry.
34 and a ball through 3 in the first of 3. Portsmouth Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Corey Lane, 16. On the head pin again. 5 left, 6-10 right. Not easy shot normally, but that piece of wood to the left.
Yeah, he'd like it a little bit more forward, probably. There's not much to work with it. Boy, you're threading the needle to make this one. But the way he's been bowling this game, mark it down. It's going to be a spare.
Great move. Great move. Pay it forward, by the way. 41 through 3. He went right instead. He got it. Wow. Opposite. See, whatever I say, do the opposite, right?
That's 3 trick shots in a row.
51 and the ball through 4.
Wow.
I told you this can be a great match.
Nick Norcross is wondering what he walked into here.
I wonder if DraftKings is involved in this match. Just join some of the charity DraftKings if you are. We'll take 1% of the cut.
Well, other than the strike in the first box, Nick has been kind of fishing and hasn't even hit the head pin, really. Last box he didn't. I think he left it standing after 3 tries.
The Southpaw, Arlington, Massachusetts, 2-2 split, 3-6 right, 4-7 left. First stringer 3. The winner that faced number 1 seed Charlie Collins, the Terminator. That's good pinning. 8. 28 through 3. Down 13 in the string, up against a spare from number 3 seed Corey Packard. Nick was in the ladder series last year, the runner-up to Brian Fuller Jr. Great job by Alley Chat Season 1. You watch that on Alley Chat. Norcross crossing over for strike bid. That looked good. He only got 8. And a tough split, the 4 left, 10 right.
Yeah, and the wood is coming out to the front, which is not especially helpful. But he'll wait and see if it rolls back into a more favorable position, and it is still moving.
That's really good. The good thing about Candlepin bowling versus 10-pin, you get 3 balls instead of 2, and you get to play the pins that fall down the wood on the playing surface.
And that's what Homer Simpson likes most about Boston, is that you can do a bowling game that has actually 3 balls instead of 2. I don't know if you ever saw that episode.
No, never really watched The Simpsons, though.
You got to watch it. It's Candlepin Bowling.
I'll have to watch that one.
I think
then.
it's episode like number 600.
I'll have to look it up. Message me. I'll look it up.
Okay.
10 for Norcross. 38 through 4. Had a strike 5 to stop at that 5 box, lowered his score. But don't ever count him out.
I actually interviewed the guy who was the producer for that particular episode. He's from Watertown, I think, originally. And
Watertown, Mass.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And it was interesting getting the behind-the-scenes story and getting the artwork really, really good and authentic. Because you never see Candlepin bowling in a cartoon or animation. So I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it, it came out maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it's a fun episode. And Homer Simpson loves Boston because you can have 3 balls in the bowling.
Back on the check mark. Leads up to 3-6-10. On that spare was 6-57 through 4.
Yeah, 19-pin lead through completed boxes for these 2 guys.
He'll get a 9, 66 half. Picking up where he left off last match, 145, 135, and a 154 double strike down the stretch.
Well over 400, 434 I think he had for an extra
Yes.
$100 in bonus money for Corey Packard, teammate of Nick Norcross in the Worlds.
Head pin hit. This is a diamond.
Yeah, he's
Make it a triangle. 3-5-6.
well, you know, there's just enough wood there that, you know, I think you can take this one down. Oh, I know he can do it with or without wood. But sometimes it adds to the fun of the game.
Packed house here at Bowl-O-Rama. We keep the lanes left and right open for this match. Everything else is full pretty much. And he gets a spare. Another mark. 76 and a ball through 6.
So he averaged nearly 145 for the first series.
And a good pro average is 120.
Yeah.
4 spares. Norcross got to break the 1, 2, and the 4. These, like 2-pinners, go just a little bit over 1 and 2 times without wood for Pro Bowler. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network.
One of the questions on the little form that we had them fill out so we can say some things about them, both Corey and Nick both say the 2 top people they admire in the game of Candlepin bowling are Tommy Olsta and Craig Holbrook.
Not bad choices.
Kind of get that, yeah.
He got it up the wall, spare. Needed that one. 48 half plus 1.
Yeah, see, people think that's lucky when that happens. No, it's because they're good and they consistently hit right where they need to, and you get those kinds of breaks.
Being in your object pin is the key.
Yep.
As Reese says, the head pin falls down. Wouldn't that be something if you hit the head pin to fall down on a spare? Very hard to do.
Yeah. So we had the 1-5 fall down when Corey was on a double strike.
I think Bob Allen's icing him.
I was going to ask if that was the case.
I can read your mind. Eye in the sky. Nick Norcross off to the right, just 3. Tough break, 51.5, down 15. First to 3. Candlepin Bowling Network, W.O.N Sports. Candlepins for Cancer. To donate to the Bowlers charity, candlepinsforcancer.com via Venmo. One of 2 ways, candlepins4cancer.com. Follow the link via Venmo, or you can go to Venmo, type in Candlepins for Cancer, donate any amount. Candlepin Bowlers helping Candlepin Bowlers going through cancer treatments. $28,000 paid out to Candlepin Bowlers and their families going through chemo treatments. Nick Norcross, 9, 60 through 6. Over to Mike Morin right now.
All right, we're going to put lane 16 up on the board right here with Corey Packard addressing the pins. High backswing and generally a pretty smooth follow-through. And then that happens.
That is what you call a center Worcester. 1-5. Talk about perfection. That is a bullseye shot.
Center Worcester, is that your creation, or did you read that?
It's called that. But that's like a sniper shot. I call it a sniper shot. You're right in the forehead, and then you get 2 pins out of it.
Well, that's going to slow Packard down just a little bit and let Nick get back into the match.
That's why I hate half Worcesters. It's momentum killers almost every time.
Well, you know what? When you make it, it's such a great shot to watch go down.
Ask Justin Lyon. He's got a match against Chuck Drozier to talk about last match at Riverwalk Lanes. Won an ACST title on a conversion on that half Worcester shot.
So Corey Packard re-racks the pins for a new set of 10 and hopes to have a more favorable result on the first ball. He works as an audit analyst at Saples, where he's been for just about 30 years. Golf, running, pool, and cribbage are his outside work and bowling interests.
You like cribbage?
Never played it. Never understood it.
Yeah. Oh, Greg Gouillart likes cribbage. Yes. All right, Greg. I don't get cribbage. I played a couple times growing up. I don't get it.
Well, you play cards, and 15 is good except when you want 31, and there's pairs, and you also, if you get a jack on the first card, you get 2 for his heels. That's cribbage. It's a really simple game with a pegboard as well.
Yeah, but can you drink and make money, and can you drink and gamble at the same time?
With the right attitude, sure. Or a bad one or the other.
All right, there it is. That was a spare, correct?
Yes. 95 in a ball through 8 here in the first. Corey Packard continuing the sizzling here in Portsmouth. Nick Norcross, 60 through 6, has a strike and a spare, but even up due to low fill. Strike 5 in a 5 box, had a spare 3 also. Back to Mike.
And Nick is still fishing. Hasn't had a whole lot of luck hitting the head pin. The last good head pin hit left a big split. That's when it gets really discouraging, when you put the ball where you want and you get something that doesn't resemble what you thought you should get. The 1, 3, 6, and 9 for the lefty from Arlington. Been working at the Woburn Bowl-O-Rama, I think, since, his teen years. Thought that was going to go, but the 9-pin remains. And the match is still anybody's game, of course. When you have 2 bowlers this good, unless you've got about a 70-pin lead, everything's in play.
Absolutely, and Nick Norcross is capable of an explosive string at that same Woburn Bowl-O-Rama he loves so much. He was at the Pro Series Elimination Doubles event, and in one of his 5 qualifier strings, rolled 196, including a 4-bagger.
Good information to know. These guys are amazing with their recall. And that was a strike, and?
I'm not going to say it.
No, I'm not going to say it either.
You have to say it. You're doing the play-by-play.
Oh, I forgot. Wow!
You say it too much.
All right.
We're tied 3-3 now, best of 7.
You goad me into saying it, and then you tell me I say it too much. My feelings are hurt.
A treat to work with you, Mike. Thanks for being here.
Sure, butter me up.
Oh, wow. Look at
That was a hammer. Right?
Thunderous shot. Obliterated the pins on lane 15.
Are you sure there's not piano wire back there tripping the pins?
Thunderous shot, strike on spare. 105 through 8, 115 plus 2 through 9. The legend of Corey Packer continues.
That's how you answer the strike that Nick Norcross threw just before him.
See, we talk about wow, good things happen. Wow T-shirts, wow bowling to help support Candlepins for Cancer.
And you have a new version, right, of the WOW
Bowling
T-shirt?
pins, yes, the bowling pins on it. We have classic WOW and WOW 2.0 with bowling pins.
WOW 2.0?
Yep. Well, it doesn't say 2.0 on the shirt. That's the second version.
I got it.
Kind of like your second version of the Lunch with Tom and Stacia, right? Audiobook possibility?
I'm thinking about it.
I got your last copy here in Portsmouth today. Send me a check in the mail for your signature, by the way.
Look at this. Oh, the 10-pin didn't go down. He thought he should have had it on the first ball, but he was gesturing the 10 should go down. It did not. The pins don't listen to our body language.
I think we need to mic up the pins so they can hear us. 124 through 9 at 10, 134. First string.
Well, that's about par for the course. That's actually under average for him today.
Today, yeah, wow. Incredible.
If I'm not mistaken, Corey Packer hit the head pin on every single one of his 10 boxes.
Wow.
Thank you, Greg. Somebody's paying attention. Thank God.
No. Nick Norcross, final 2 boxes, first of 3 strings. And look at this, spread eagle plus the 5.
All right. What are the odds on this one, Mr. Statistician?
For him, better than mine.
Yeah.
Good try. Got 4 of the 7. 247.
So he'll take 7 on the fill for his 8th frame strike.
Both these balls are championship pedigrees, so expect them to come back fiercely next string. You don't see too many bad strings like this from Nick Norcross. 95 through 9.
I mean, if he can put a 20 fill in the 10th frame, 115, that puts him 2 marks down going into the next game.
Yep.
Big if.
Yes, so these guys, any given day, like I said, any given string, these guys are outstanding bowlers and great ambassadors of the game. Nick, the young low 30s, Corey Packer in his 50s. 2 classy bowlers. Final box of the first string, looking to go with a spare. And 2 full, 247 again. And Corey have a decent lead after 1, but that's not safe.
Yeah, a 30-pin deficit against Corey Packard, not a good thing. But if you're Nick Norcross, you know you're going to be in it.
9 box, 104, 134, 104, 134, 104. Corey Packer by 30 over Nick Norcross, along with Mike Morin, Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart, and Candlepin Bowling Network, and W.O.N Sports Network. Back with our second string in just a moment.
It is totally unacceptable to me when people dump on New York. But how can I stop them when it's plain to see we're dumping on ourselves? We've got to sweep our sidewalks, put our trash in plastic bags, the bags in cans, etc., etc. How can we get the world to respect us if we don't respect ourselves? If you're a New Yorker, then sweep it, can it, bag it, and don't dump on New York.
Candlepins for Cancer. Roll-offs coming to Sanford Bowl-O-Rama this Tuesday, March 14th. Weather pending, 11 a.m. Thursday, March 16th, 11 a.m. for men and women. Saturday, March 18th, 9:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. Sunday, March 19th, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. A second Saturday added on, March 25th, 9:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. Register Candlepins with a 4, cancer.com. Candlepins, number 4, cancer.com. You can also donate online via Venmo to candlepinsforcancer.com. After that qualifying round at Stanford Bowl-O-Rama, Stanford, Maine, the top 5 men, top 5 women will come together for the first ever mixed live ladder show here at Stanford Bowl-O-Rama out there in Maine, April 16th. Mike Morin will be there with Bob Lee as Greg Gouillart is getting ready as best man in his friend's wedding. So Greg will get a break from me. We'll bring in Bob Lee at Bowl-O-Rama. That's be a fun match to watch. Register Candlepins number 4, Cancer.com. $80 entry fee per shift, unlimited shifts allowed. Candlepins for Cancer.com. Go, ladies, go. Let's go, Maine bowlers, too.
Well, I really look forward to that. Explain to me, though, how the qualifying works. Is it
individual scores, men and women. They bowl their own roll-offs. Then we'll
Separately.
take separately. Yep.
Okay.
And then we take the 5 top scores of men, top 5 scores of women for the first time. We're doing a 1-with-1, first man, first woman, highest score together. 2-with-2, 3-with-3, 4-with-4, 5-with-5. It's the best against the best. And we'll have Josh Daly bowling there as well. He's here on hand, supporting Charlie Collins, the number 1 seed up next for $2,000. And now back to our second string here on Candlepin Bowling Network and the W.O.N Sports Network. Shout out to Jonathan Rios for putting together the post-production. Instant replay in slow motion. Nick Norcross down 30. 4-2 split.
That head pin, sadly.
Yeah. You got to get a GPS out there.
Yeah. Not an easy spare either. Only a 4-drop.
He was brilliant at the Pro Series doubles at Woburn Bowlodrome, Woburn, Mass. A couple weeks ago. Ended up with a 4-bagger, 196. He also has 2 200s, a 210 and a 202 in his career. He slipped there, and that'll be a 7. Play-by-play with Mike Morin.
Tough start for Nick Norcross, who's doing some practice slides on the approach, just in case there's any stickiness. That can play with your mind when you're just wondering, how should I finish the slide? Should I go harder? Should I go softer?
That's right. It tends to be a tackier approach here, so sometimes it's a bit of an adjustment for bowlers here in Portsmouth.
Nice 9-drop there. 4-pin left up.
Tell you what, I'm fine with the synthetic lanes, but synthetic approaches, I've had some bad experiences with them.
A lot of lanes are doing that now because it's much more cost effective.
Yep.
Seeing more and more like that. And he got robbed by the wood there. Roadblock, tough break. It was hard to scoot around that wood. Now going for the 10, and he missed it for a 9, 16 through 2 in the second of 3. Book your birthday parties here, Portsmouth Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Check out their website or call them today, Portsmouth Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. 22-lane facility, arcades, always a big crowd here on hand. Lots of leagues. Great owner, Bart Medeiros, Bob Allard helping out here also. Doing a great job. Staff here is terrific. They have shenanigans. Pub here also, food, great pizza. Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Back to Mike Morin.
Yeah, even before the Medeiros family took over the bowling center a few years ago, the Gianamatis family, of course, owned it since 1956. And I did rock and bowl here for a couple of years on Friday nights. And the highlight of my night, I'd bring my family, because my daughter liked to do rock and bowl at the time, and we would have one of their pizzas before we started. And we looked for, the pizzas were so good, I'm sure they still are.
You always tell me to stop talking about food, and now you're going Scott Zolak on me.
Take a look at Nick Norcross's or Mike Machicci's Facebook pages if you want to see some great food. I mean, some decadent stuff, putting pizza toppings on waffles and confetti and all this other stuff.
Not for me.
No?
No.
Just a burger and fries guy?
No, we're a chicken guy. Chicken and broccoli. Grilled chicken.
Are you a foodie? Are you a good
Trying
cook?
to be. I was doing good for a while, so I had the injury, so weight's back on again. But what can you do? You know, hard to do it with the. Can't do core exercises right now, so it's tough. So gotta start walking more. But yeah, I enjoy a good meal. I love spumoni though. My favorite dessert's spumoni.
Can you spell it?
S-P-U.
No.
What am I?
S-P-U? Is it S-P-U?
Yeah.
Or S-P-A?
Yeah. And I couldn't pronounce the sauce when I was like 8 years old going to Bertini's restaurant in Salem. And I said, "Can I have it with the clarinet sauce?" It's claret sauce. I couldn't pronounce it, so I call it clarinet sauce. It's a 6 of the family tradition.
All right, back to the bowling action. Neither bowler lighting it on fire this string so far.
You can tell I have enough trouble with English. Yeah, I call that an Oreo cookie shot. He got the cream in the middle, left the wafers on the outside. 8-box, 17-2. He's up 1 in the string, 31 in the match.
He's waiting for Nick Norcross is what he's doing here.
Yeah. Back to Mike Morin on play-by-play.
Yeah, he is. Nick is still missing the head pin. Rather uncharacteristic of him. And I don't really have an explanation. We could talk to him, and we will at the end of the match. Well, that's, I think, where he wanted to hit it. But the 9-pin remains. So he's got a piece of wood that's going to back up probably to the lip of the plate. And he'll get a 10. So now he's at 25. He's trailing by 30 pins going into this match, essentially a tie match. I should say a tie string in progress. But Nick hasn't shown any signs of really, he just seems like he's fishing. And we've all been there.
I'm not a good fisher. I can't sit still that long. That's my problem. Imagine that.
Now that was a powerful ball, and look at what he's got to show for it. But
I tried fishing one time. I'm no Charlie Moore, but one time I couldn't catch anything. Like, this isn't for me. You a fisher?
I am not, and it probably goes back to when I was in day camp as a kid. Some kid whipped his rod back, and as he was going to cast.
Look at that. Wow.
Beautiful shot for Nick Norcross. The 7, the 9, and the 10. Maybe that will wake him up, do you think?
I think talking about fish got him going.
It could be.
36
Anyway,
in the ball through 4.
To finish the story, the kid reels back to fling it out, and it didn't hit the water. It caught me in the ear. So,
wow.
Yeah, that was a lovely experience.
You get ringing in the air?
I had a minnow in my ear. Actually.
My only good experience with tuna is canned tuna fish.
I'm with you there.
Do you like celery in your tuna fish?
I do.
I
yeah.
do too. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, makes it more flavorful. All right, no more food talking for now.
Okay, we'll stop.
We're going to think it's the sports sub. Yes, Scott Zolak.
Sorry, folks.
We'll look at that sign, Zolak and Bertrand, 98.5.
I want the monitors here. All right, 4-6 does not go. He had planks in front of both pins, which were not at all helpful. And Corey is still struggling this game. Nick, too, except he did make that wonderful shot here of the 7-9-10 with wood just a moment ago, and that might be what it takes to get Nick Norcross going.
Right now, Corey's up 1 in the second, string of 3, up 31 in the match. His high single is 195. His career best average for a year, 130. High triple, 455. High 5, 737 from Sutton, Massachusetts.
Well, he got just enough of the head pin. Sometimes when you just nick it like that, you get some really good action off the sidewalls, and he's got the 310, and he's got some wood. I'm not convinced this is good wood, but again, he's such a good bowler, he'll try to make it work for him.
I think it can work if it's that object, obviously, like that. Bingo.
There it is.
I know how to play the shot, I just can't get the results.
There you go. Well, that's good because we pay you to talk and not bowl.
I think I was a lot better at Skittle Bowl. By
Oh my God, I forgot about
Wooden
that.
pins. I love that game.
That where you'd swing the little ball on a string?
Yeah, we did that here with Tom Olster and Peter Flynn, actually. Who bowled first? We did a little.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we did that. Yeah, you can watch it on Candlepin Bowling Network, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, Peter Flynn won the match, but I said Tom Olster beat him on Skittle Bowl, and overall in their career, Tom hasn't beat on total pinfall. So Tom got a kick out of that.
All right, well, here's a tough shot for Nick Norcross. But you know what? That one pin could be putting itself in a position that he can sweep it over. Or is he going to bounce the 2 with the pin in front of 4-7?
Well, you'd be like me and throw them between the pins.
Yeah.
Both on spares. Spare 7, 43 through 4. W.O.N Sports Network and Candlepin Bowling Network. The broom is out. The captain instead. Thought he might go way right in that wood. I don't know if it's makeable, but I thought that's what I would do. But what do I know? I'm just a regular league bowler for years. And with the 9, 52 halfway through his match. Charlie Collins, the Terminator, the number 1 seed, 22 years, on deck. Next, championship match.
All right, Nick is hoping to pound the head pin here and get his game back on track. Down by 30 pins going into the match, and he goes too far to the right. Doesn't even catch the head pin. And now he's got the 4 horsemen left side, which is a little bit more challenging than if he'd had it on the right side.
Just missed that head pin, object pin. It's high triple 496, high 5 763, high 10 1426. Again, 200s in his career, 210 202, and recently a 196, like you said earlier, in the Pro Series in Woburn Bowl-O-Rama, Woburn, Mass. 4 strikes in a row. Very impressive. And that, I'll tell you, I talked to him earlier about before today. Does that winning that world title for the second time help your confidence? I said absolutely. He just seems like he's on a different level now since that win in Academy Lanes last November.
Grateful to win it once, but twice.
Yeah, just being there is amazing too. All right, back to Mike.
All right, missing the head pin, and that's all that's left. A lot of action in the back.
No
wood.
Like you just go 1 and 2 times, like you get a break missing the head pin because you missed the first time. So a lot of times you missed the second time. No official stats. From what I can see, it seems like not official. I didn't do Bob Lee research. It looks like it seems to go every other time.
Well, in any event, he got a good fill on the 9 and then just wasted it, sadly.
Case in point.
Yep.
I'm right once in a great while, not too often.
But I mean, let's talk about how important every pin is.
And that's the Paul Grant special. Miss the second, make the third. 10.
These bowlers, the 5 bowlers into the ladder series, lining up just 11 pins from bottom to top. In the first match that hopefully you saw, it was Ryan Southall over Phil Clough, and the higher seed prevailed in the next match, Corey Packard over Ryan Southall. And that may change this time if Corey continues to maintain his 30 or so pin lead over Nick Norcross.
Nice ball in the pocket. 9. The kingpin, the 5 pin remains. I don't know why they call it the kingpin. It's behind the head pin.
I've always thought the same thing.
It's got to be that, it should be the pawn pin or something like that, or the bishop or the knight, the rook, The kingpin should be the number 1 pin. The kingpin, Why is it the 5? Just asking, just saying.
You have these anger issues that I need to talk to you about.
Well, not anger issues, just, kind of half kidding, half serious. I have anger issues sometimes in traffic. I'm not patient in traffic sometimes. I have to get better at that one. God's going to kill me for that one.
You talk to yourself or other drivers?
Sometimes. Another Paul Grant special. Missed the second, make the third. 10. 65, make that 66 through 6. He's up 5 in the string, 35 in the match.
So he adds another 5 pins. Nick Norcross still, is within striking range when you're as good as he is. But time does eventually run out in a 3-match set.
Past the halfway point of this match, Paul Grant, Morin Greg Gouillart on Candlepin Bowling Network and W.O.N Sports. And there is a strike for Nick Norcross. 71 plus 2 through 7.
The important thing is, how can he follow it up? Because every time he's had a mark, it hasn't gone too well, except he did have back-to-back marks, 3rd and 4th frame. So I guess you could look at the last half game and know that he's improved.
Yeah, look at that. Second time he's done this one. Wow. That's a bad wow. Spread eagle plus the 5. Well, at least you won't miss a pin on the lane. That's the only good thing, I guess. Consolation prize. Not that's a good thing.
Don't tell him that.
I know. He's not mic'd up. Good bid there. Look at this. Almost pulled it off.
Well, the 4-pin was thinking about coming forward and taking out the 2, but it didn't. And for him, that's good. It's an 8-pin fill.
Dominoes did not deliver that time. 8 in the strike, 10 in the box.
I thought we were done with food, Paul.
Oh, that's right, too. Sorry. Zolak Bertrand signs make me think that way, I guess. 79 through 7, 89 through 8.
We're broadcasting at lanes 15 and 16.
We want people to come out to shenanigans, that's why.
Well, that's it. We're right in front of the. I'm smelling nothing but food while we're doing this.
I know. What's your favorite food, Mike?
I would have to say I love potatoes. I know, that's boring.
Packard 9. Is sweet potato, regular potato?
Oh, yeah, white potato. I have no use for sweet potato, even though I know it's better for me. And lots of butter.
I like crab rangoons. Osaka and Merrimack on 495. They're awesome. Best crab rangoons around. Osaka, Merrimack, Mass. Try and get them to sponsor us. Spare for Packard.
Well, he will add to his 35-pin lead now with with a mark in the 7th frame.
76 in the ball through 7, second string of 3.
You know, maybe there are bowling gods. I mean, Corey Packard's had pretty high headpin accuracy overall, and at the last moment with that 9-pin drop, a piece of wood came out of the gutter and just like doink the piece of wood just a little bit more centralized. Made the shot just that little bit easier. Maybe some deserved karma after all the splits he's getting.
Yeah, that was a tough shot, and you know what? He almost got a strike out of it. It was a skip lob. He dropped it, and all the pins wiggled, and the 1 and the 6 remain. That almost turned out to be a strike.
That's an Elvis Presley shot. They're all shook up.
What are we going to do with you?
Packet for a spare. Yes. You can't believe it. Thought he had toothache at first. Yeah, Greg Gouillart calls the excuse me spare.
I think the apology, I am not worthy spare, might even work
Listen,
here.
How many times you get robbed? You got to take it while you can. 94 and a ball through 8 back-to-back spares. And he is just on a mission today. Nick Norcross trying to work out of a deficit. 89 through 8. On the nose. NFL season is over, but he's got the 7-10 goalpost. All right, Mike, how are you playing the wood here?
I'm not. Well, I mean, you don't have any choice. I guess I'm playing it over on the left side.
Absolutely. And look at that. I caught that skee ball shot. Hit the ball
I
right over the 50
apologize,
spot.
Nick. I told you to go left. You did, and it didn't work out.
9 box, 97 through 9. The number 2 seed needs some marks in the 3rd string. Down 30 after 1.
The winner today of the next match takes home $2,000.
1,000 the runner-up, 500 to the 3rd place in this match. Nick gets 9, 7 pin left up, needs to cash in here.
So does he? No, he's got. Well, is he going to play the wood? I would say so from this angle, as opposed to trying to go past.
Right to that wood.
Yeah.
And he used the wood and got it for a spare. 108 in the ball in the 10th. Lost the first 134, 104. Trying to keep it close and make it somewhat manageable. 196 2 weekends ago, so don't expect him to go out without a fight in a tough 3-fill. Marks have not been his friend today on the fills, a lot of them.
Yeah, he hasn't really put anything together. I mean, has he had back-to-back marks that you can think of?
Greg, back-to-back marks? I don't recall. Back-to-back marks for Nick? I don't think he's had back-to-back yet, has he? Yet. 111 second string, just 215 through 2. Unlike Nick Norcross. Would expect a big 3rd string out of him. Corey Packard spare 5, 99 through 8. 4 horsemen plus the 9 on lane 15 here in Portsmouth. Good bid. Got the 4 horsemen the unconventional way. Now he has the 9-pin.
Nobody today has gotten the kind of sidewall action that he has. Phenomenal.
They put new sidewalls in a couple years ago, and the pins are flying. Now right on for a 10. 109 through 9. So increase his lead more than likely. Just needs 3 to win the string. Not that it matters. It's total pinfall for 3.
He's going to have 35, 40 pin lead going into the last game. Tough to overcome no matter who you are.
If somehow it ends up in a tie, Mike, it's going to be a 1-string full roll-off. I don't like 2-box roll-offs anyway.
No? Why?
It's just, I don't know. One bad box can throw you away. A string makes it more, gives you more of a chance, I think. Tough for the networks, obviously, for editing purposes, but I think it's better to have. I know Channel 5 had to edit sometimes when it was strings went too long because. But I like the full string roll off. I talked to a lot of bowlers. They like the 1-string format better. Obviously, for time's sake, you got to do 2 boxes a lot of times. But I like the 1-string personally for me. That's just my opinion. 2, 4, 7, 9, and it comes back and it goes. Another spare and a great shot.
Is that another excuse me spare?
Ask Greg Gouillart.
Was that an excuse me spare, Greg?
No. That was good. He was a sidewall. I don't know. I mean, the play Bowl-O-Rama, the pins fly here, of course. Utilizing the sidewalls and the lively pin plate action is how you score high in this place. And no excuses about that.
Sanford, Maine, same thing.
And the fill on the spare is only, 5.
124?
It looks like
124.
you are correct. So the lead is now 42 pins. No, 43. 43-pin lead for Corey Packard.
All right, back with a third string on W.O.N Sports Network and Candlepin Bowling Network. Mike Morin, Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart, back with a third and final swing. Championship match to follow next. Stay tuned.
Arson has a lot of warning signs besides smoke. Arguments followed by arson threats. Stores with empty shelves. Vandals. Unsealed vacant buildings. And building strippers. If you've noticed any of these danger signals, call the Arson Strike Force. Strike arson before it strikes you.
Mike Morin, talk about your book, If These Walls Could Talk. While we wait for the third string to start.
If you are a fan of diner food, you should have a visit sometime to the Red Arrow Diner in Manchester. Actually, they're in other communities, Concord, Nashua as well, and Londonderry. But it's a 100-year-old diner and celebrated vigorously back just a couple of months ago. And I decided to write a book on their history because there were so many interesting people involved that most folks did not know. Talk about the food, we talk about the original chefs, but we talk about some of the really, really big names that were connected to some degree to the diner. So there it is. If you like diner food and you like interesting, unexpected history, pick up If These Walls Could Talk. And that's my selfless, shameless.
And no Roger Clemens will charge you $1,000 for a signature, right?
Oh, no. I'm at $640.
Do you have a layaway plan or like a no interest for 6 years?
3 months, same as cash.
All right. Sign me up. I'll get a second copy then.
Okay.
All right, third and final string, Mike Morin on the play-by-play. 52-year-plus radio broadcaster, former Candlepin Stars and Strikes. And there's a strike for Corey Packard.
Wow! Was I supposed to say that or was that you?
You do what you want.
Okay, I'm holding the microphone. And so there's a good start, a convincing statement with a multiple mark lead in this third and final game. It's been Packard all the way. It was Packard all the way in the last match against Southall. And now Corey's looking to pick up maybe some bonus money.
If he gets 132 string or higher, he'll get another $100 for a 403-game series.
Well, that's a good start right there.
In the pocket, look at this leave. Wow. Cluster of 3, 7, 10. Good luck with this one.
He's made some amazing shots today. I haven't seen such a concentration of crazy spares and splits made in a long time, so it wouldn't shock me to see this.
No, I was about to say that because these guys can really bring it. When the money's on the line, these guys know how to come through. That's a Paul Grant shot. I want to thank Mike Machici. Mike Machici, the captain. We're trying to get him on here later on. He's the captain of the team. So we get him on. Mike.
Paul's going to go see if he can have him come over and visit with us for just a moment.
We've been bragging about Mike Machici here.
You have been dying to do this all day long.
Coach of the
You
year.
have not.
Coach of the year.
Yeah.
Coach of the World Championship.
Paul has been trying to have me on this all day, and here I am. Hi, everybody.
We didn't pay you either.
No, I'm doing this free of charge out of my own goodwill.
Okay.
Yes. How's everything going today? Everything
Good.
looks good. Everybody's bowling good.
You made the right. I asked you during the World Championship as Norcross gets a 9 drop there. I asked you why you kept people in the game. Figured their arms would get fatigued. You kept them in during the quarterfinals, semifinals, going to the championship round. You said you kept them in the game. Why?
Because I feel like if the guys are doing well, then there's no need to make a change.
Norcross spare.
And that's just been my motto. If there's no reason to change, there's no reason to change, you know. We're all trying to win together. It doesn't matter who's bowling.
You and Frank DeLuca get credit for starting the streaming era.
Frank more than I do. I didn't start streaming. Frank was streaming our Friday matches, or his Friday matches, well before he was even on my team. So he did get the streaming going for sure.
You want to try some play-by-play?
Oh, you know what? I've done it before, and it's not bad. It's just I'm not really in the zone yet. I haven't had time to warm up my whistle.
We'll go to AutoZone and come back.
I will.
So how painful is this for Nick Norcross today?
You know what? I think he's just not getting the breaks that he's used to with his ball. You know, he throws a lot. He has a lot of English behind his ball when he throws it, and it's just not breaking up for him. But I started talking on the mic, and he threw 2 marks. I mean, there's a clear.
So you got to kick me out then. If you're trying
Yeah,
to say,
right, Paul.
Spare 8 and a spare 28.
Yeah, we thank you for starting the show, but I'll take it from
go
here.
ahead, Mike. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mike.
But I do have to ask you, where are you finding these amazing food shots for your Facebook page?
My what?
The food pictures.
Oh, everywhere. I don't. They
Waffles
must
with graffiti and pizza topping. What the heck?
They must just know what my brain is thinking at the time, because me and my friends are always looking for new places to go, new things to try and stuff. And have we tried any of those things? Absolutely not. But at least it's fun to think about, right?
I want to know if you like spumoni.
I don't believe I've ever had it.
Oh, you got to try it.
Yeah.
Italian.
Oh, what
try.
a bit by Corey.
All right, Mike. I want to try some play-by. I'm going to put you on the spot. I want to try some play-by-play.
Okay.
This is Mike Michichi,
This is Mike Michichi making his first appearance as a broadcaster. Corey picks up the 10. Corey is 50 or so, I think?
52.
52. See, I was close. He comes from Sutton, Massachusetts.
He didn't lose the showcase. He didn't overbid. So.
If I was of the betting man, I would say that he puts this right in the pocket and throws a strike and gets mad at himself because he's not filling a spare.
Donate the Candlepins for Cancer.
All right, I'll donate $5. I was pretty close. He put it in the pocket. And you know what? The girl running behind him with the balloon, no effect on him whatsoever. He is in the zone.
I like it.
I love it.
This is real bowling.
This is real bowling. Yeah. It's like
a more guy. I like it.
Yeah.
I like action. Like it's fun.
Right. It's like bowling on the boardwalk.
Yes.
People walking by and everything else. It's
but not for $2,000.
No, the next match we'll have to block off the walkway. Here you go, Mike.
Okay. Great job. Nice hand for Mike Michichi.
Come on, finish up here.
Please.
Finish up his box first. Come on, Cheech. Go get it.
You good.
All right. Thanks, Mike Michichi. Great guy. Great coach. Coach of the year, I think. Candlepin Bowling.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Don't forget don't forget the $5 if Candlepins for Cancer donation.
You're right.
And your new WOW shirts 2.0 also.
Okay.
Frank DeLuca made those also. Rally chat. Now look at this lead, the 4 and 10. Back to Mike Morin.
That was fun. Cheech was fun.
He's a fun guy, isn't he?
He is.
You could be the worst. You get the worst day of life. Cheech walks in the room and everything lights up.
As soon as he came back with our sheet, he walked away. He didn't want you to put the mic in his face.
He's like a 1,000-watt light bulb, you know? It's a great charisma.
Can Nick get some bonus money now? He's on 2 marks, giving himself a little life to start off the 3rd game. Still lots of room, but he can't let up at all.
Corey's at 42 through 4. Look at this lead. You gotta be kidding me.
Man.
Wow. Left to right, the 7, the 5, and the 6.
And no wood to help.
I always say no wood, no luck. This would be amazing in the hole. Pick your favorite pin here,
No
Mike.
wood, no luck, no cross.
Pick your favorite pin here, Mike. Went for the 6, trying to go into the 5 and 7. He gets an 8. 35 through 2, 45 through 3.
So for completed frames, he's gotten 10 pins back from the deficit that he was starting the game with.
So right now it's 300 to 258, but he does have a box in hand. Double strike will be huge. He threw 4-bagger 2 Sundays ago, so listen, this guy's not done.
No, but it's almost what it's going to take to come back here late in the match.
Raised the head pin, nothing else.
Good foul. I think he's going to take that off.
You slipped him over the line, so foot foul, so -1 pin. And ended up with officially a 7 box. Tough break. So 50 through 4.
Yeah, you can see it indicated with the yellow X over there. He wasn't sure how that happened, especially with the tackier approach. You wouldn't expect to overslide much, but sometimes things happen, even to the best.
All right, so I've not seen that gesture before with the X.
No, I made that up. Besides, that would be extra 10 anyway. I was just trying to desperately make charades that would hopefully translate to one of you.
All right, so I'm not losing my mind.
No. That's me making stuff up.
Okay.
You lost your mind when you found that I was doing the broadcast with you.
Hey. All right, Corey Packard is addressing the pins. He's down 8 just in this string, but quite a substantial lead now at about 60 pins with just 5 boxes to go. The winner will take on Charlie Collins of Waltham. Next match. And that'll be
5 officially through 4 boxes in the match for Corey Packard, up 35. Through 4 completed boxes. Charlie Collins, the Terminator, next on Candlepin Bowling Network and W.O.N Sports later on. 8 for Corey.
It's a 50-50 match. Well,
Nick has it through 4,
Yeah,
Corey
right.
through 5. So Nick has to hope Corey goes open the rest of the way, and Nick needs to pretty much get at least 4, maybe 5 marks to win this match. I wouldn't put it past him, though. He was clutch in the World Tournament.
that looked like a pretty good hit, I thought.
Yes, and there was a parallel time on the right, 7 left.
I think you have to use the wood. It's not a good situation either way you go, though.
Some will go 6-10 and try to kick it over, but it's a bowler's call. For me, I'd play the wood, but I know it wouldn't get much. A good bowler like him, a guy like Jeremy Seaholm, Nick Norcross would go for the pins like that. That's what he did.
And
it almost went.
And
wow.
that's why he did that, because he's so good.
Well, he escaped parallel time.
Yeah.
Now he's stuck with a 7. Too much dark shadows in me. Great show.
All right, just has the 7 pin to pick up to complete the box, and he does, giving him 60 through 6.
Now it's time for Nick Norcross to turn on the jet engines. Right now, he's up 10 in the string. 8 officially, 2 boxes completed. There's a good ball there. The 9 goes, good break, the 2-4-7. Needs some marks.
Yeah, he really can't pull this off without marks off the sheet, pretty much.
Critical spare. Got it. Still in the game. 16 a ball through 5. Here in the 3rd.
But the clock is ticking for young Nick Norcross of Arlington. Works at Woburn Bowl-O-Rama. If you bowl there, you've probably seen him. A fixture there.
He nominated Al Johnson for the 2023 Hall of Fame. Well deserved. Al, the world record holder for 10 strings, 1525.
Was he nominated by Nick?
1993, yes. Nick nominated him, yep. Al started Candlepins for Cancer, doing a great job.
I think the Hall of Fame committee will be meeting maybe in April. They typically do, so we should know.
Yep. Well deserved, long overdue. A lot of bowlers deserve to be in there.
I have sat in with that group and have voted myself, and it's tough. But I rarely do you see somebody nominated that does not deserve it.
Yep. 8 box, correction, 8 in the spare, 68 through 5, 10, 78 through 6. He's up 18 in the string. The match sheet is down to 25. So Nick is still in the game, but needs Corey to go open pretty much to have a chance, unless he can mark out. Back to Mike Morin.
All right, here's Corey Packard, and he leaves the 4 and the 10 on what appeared to be a pretty good ball. I guess it evens out with some of the other breaks that he got. I think he'd be the first to admit that, but he's pulled some spectacular
Have
shots.
you ever had that shot in 10-pin bowling that leave like that, the 4 and 10?
Oh, sure, yep.
You ever make it?
Yes.
Oh, he almost got it. What a try.
Another inch maybe to the left.
Even these guys miss. They're always close. They're in the game. Nice 10. 70 through 7, even up in the string. Through 7 boxes on its own.
So 65 pin difference. I'm sorry?
There's 25 coming in to this set. Corey has a 10 box, so an open frame. That's good news for Nick Norcross. And I wouldn't be shocked if he pulls this out.
Well, that helps Nick's cause. And there it is. 3 pins down, another 7 to go. He'll try to hit very lightly off the head pin on the right side, as if it were a half Worcester.
And he stole it, the back door.
He missed the object pin.
He's had a couple that went his way, and that's what he needed to stop the bleeding from Nick Norcross. 80 in a ball through 8. And that makes Nick Norcross probably needs at least 4, maybe 5 marks. On the nose, 9, 10, strike! 88 plus 2 through 7. Here comes the train collector.
There is still life. As long as we don't have a derailment. Yeah. And that's not helpful at all. He knows it.
That's why you get 2, though. Boy, a spear here would be huge. Missed inside. Tough 5 on the fill. That won't help. 93 through 7. It's going to need a double. That may not be enough. A tough 6. Brutal. Been there, done that. 99 through 8. Time running out.
So you'll be meeting Charlie Collins in just a couple of moments. Taking on who? Can't say for sure. It looks like it's going to be Corey Packard.
As I say in tennis, advantage Corey Packard. But not a done deal yet.
No.
Imagine Dick throws 4 strikes like he did 2 weekends ago at Pro Series doubles. Packard drills 9 on that gimme spare. 89 through 8.
Favorable wood, but it's far enough up that it is possible to miss it.
Yes, that doinks a lot of times. Takes his time, stutter step, resets. No false start in the offense. No 5-yard penalty. Drills it spare. Back to back. Trying to put it away. 99 in the ball through 9. So it doesn't look like he can get 400 this time like he did last time. He got a 434 against Ryan Southall. Won $100. Runner up gets
2,000. I'm sorry.
500. Sorry, Mike. $500 for the runner up today for this match. 1,000 for the run up in the finals. 2,000 for the winner. Back to you, Mike.
That's the number he's thinking about. The $2,000.
7 on the fill. 106 through 9. Another brilliant performance. 2-time world champion Corey Packard. Even in defeat, he's very gracious, which I really admire and respect. Tapped the wood, missed it. Almost came back anyway. Wood in front of the 610. Number 3 seed trying to beat the number 2 seed. Face the number 1 seed, the Terminator, Charlie Collins. Packard. What is that, Mike? Missed the second shot.
Yeah, the Paul Grant shot, yeah.
Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third. 10, 117, 375, 3-string total, a 125 average. Norcross, 1-6-10. Gets the spare.
Beautiful shot.
109 the ball in the 9th.
Not enough, though.
On the spare. 6. 115 through 9. Corey Packard is moving on to the championship match next on Candlepin Bowling Network, W.O.N Sports. Another spare back-to-back for Nick Norcross. Nice way to finish up.
Well, a strike would be bonus money.
125 and a ball in the 10th. Final ball of the match. Great job, Mike Morin. Greg Gouillart, as always. Great to be with you again. He'll go right and steal a bunch. He'll get 7. And he'll end up with a 132, I believe.
131.
So it's
Correct.
132.
Yep, correct. The score sheet.
347. Final score from Greg Gouillart.
Well, final statistics right now, we have 13 marks to 12 in Corey Packard's favor, and the final score 375 to 347 in favor of Corey Packard. He'll be moving on to face Charlie Collins.
All right, we'll talk to the Bowls next on Candlepin Bowling Network and W.O.N Sports Network.
Ask your sister to sit in a half a tub of water. You've just saved over 10 gallons of water. So keep New York wet. Save water. Turn the water off when your mother's brushing her teeth. You'll save over a gallon of water. Keep New York wet. Save water.
Okay, welcome back. Paul Grant, Mike Morin, Greg Gouillart on Candlepin Bowling Network, W.O.N Sports Network. Mike, a great match.
Yeah, it really was.
Nick got hot a little too late.
Yeah, true, and he just never quite got the traction that we're used to seeing from him.
Yeah. 132 final string, but not enough to beat Corey Packard. Corey Packard's moving on. Let's talk to the guys.
Let's bring them down because we have cash. Anybody want some cash?
Nick, you got hot late, a little too late. I know you threw a great ball, a lot of bad splits, some tough fills. You got hot late in that third string. Nice 132 finish. Corey's been red hot all day.
Yeah, Corey bowled well. It was just really tacky, and this house is famous for being tacky. Just couldn't make the adjustment right away. Was really steering the ball. Couldn't really lay it in there, get it out. Just frustrating. And you got to make your own breaks. Corey got some breaks. He cashed in on them, and I couldn't do anything. That's how it goes.
Well, you're a great competitor. Love your spirit on and off the lanes. The two-time world championship winner. We have $500 for finishing third today. Congratulations on a great effort today. Thanks. Nick Norcross. Mike Morin with Corey Packard.
Come on down. So you broke the streak of the higher seed bowler advancing.
Oh, I know.
As you are below Nick Norcross. Now you are on to, I must confess, I've not seen Charlie Collins bowl. Give me a little 9-10 on him or whatever the thing is.
He's about a 12 out of 10. He's a up and coming young bowler. He's on our world's team now, coming up this year. Glad to have him. Awesome kid.
All right, so how do you get these guys? I mean, it's like a big honor to bowl with a defending team.
So it's all Mike Machichi's doing. He knows all the pickups, and he's the captain. We do well by him.
All right, so how do you pace yourself, or don't you? You just go 100 miles an hour all the way through. You're gonna bowl against a fresh arm and fresh legs. Any change in your game so far?
I got to do something different. I'm not sure what. I got a lot more splits on that match. I'm not sure if I'm just not throwing it as hard or not much rotation. I don't know what it is. I got to figure it out though.
But you made some amazing shots that I think surprised even you.
I got lucky a few times, that's for sure.
Once again, the honesty.
No, they were definitely not things I was playing that actually went. I was like, but it all evens off. Good breaks, bad breaks. You just got to stick with it.
Well, you got time for an ice bath if you need it. So.
Oh yeah, I definitely need a break.
We'll see you next match. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike.
Congratulations.
All right, great job, Mike. What a treat to work with you. Tell the viewers about your book before we sign off.
It's called, what is it called? Oh, yeah, If These Walls Could Talk. And the title is that because there's all kinds of mementos, pictures, celebrities on the walls, and all those pictures have stories for the 100-year-old diner in New Hampshire.
All right, thanks, Mike Morin. The Terminator Charlie Collins in the house, the #1 seed, takes on Corey Packard, the #3 seed, next on Candlepin Bowling Network, later on W.O.N Sports. For Greg Gouillart, Mike Morin, Paul Grant saying so long for now. Thank you for watching this great game of Candlepin Bowling.